The last time our next guest was on, he correctly called the global crisis.
I'll tell you what I fear most, and I think we're heading in towards a situation. The global climate now is ripe for a situation where there's a crisis.
Joining us now here in person is Joe Saluzzi, co-head of equity trading at Themis Trading. Joe, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Let me talk to you before we get to Carol and I last had you on Thursday. I want to talk to you about.
We're giving you your props because for a long time, I remember last summer when you were talking, everything down and everything was going up. We gave you a really hard time.
Wow, I can't believe I'm at Bloomberg. Is this Bloomberg?
Enjoy it while it lasts.
I want to talk to you about what's going on over in Europe because there was so much optimism yesterday, not enough to bring us back to Wednesday's levels, but big gains in the market. And then that seems to be faded a little bit today as people go through this package that the EU has put together, that the ECB and the IMF put together. I mean, is it all just phony baloney here? Is there any real cash coming through? I mean, what do you think?
It's it's taking one credit card to pay off another credit card. It's increasing debt, and that's the price. Look at the price of gold. Gold's telling you everything. Forget the stock market. Forget even the volatility index at this point. Gold is telling you if they're going to print money like that, inflation's on its way. You got issues.
Matt, you mentioned yesterday when talking about this kind of a Ponzi scheme, and I've seen some stories on the terminal also kind of saying, what does this do to somebody like France and Germany? Does it screw up their AAA rating by kind of guaranteeing money to these other troubled nations? I mean, is it kind of a Ponzi scheme in your view?
I mean, they're really no different than the United States. We've done it already. They learn from the best. The biggest Ponzi scheme around, right? Ben Bernanke and gang are doing it here. So they're doing the same thing we have. The debt can't keep increasing. You have to stop. You got to eventually either stop building the debt and try to build some equity, just like, Nassim Taleb was on with Tom Keene this morning, talking about just like a homeowner or a share of your own wealth in your own house. That's what you do. You build equity. You don't build debt. Doesn't make any sense.
Unless you're a central bank, one of the central banks in a race to inflate, a race to devalue your currency. Is that what you see happening over with the ECB? And do you think they get the euro down to parity?
I guess they want to. It's on its way, right? The market seems to take it that way. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know what they're up to, but the market loves, bailouts. We're no longer, Barry Riddle's had a book, Bailout Nation. Now we're Bailout World, right? Everybody wants a bailout, and this is going to keep on going.
What do you see the market trading on right now?
Right now, the equity markets at least are still fearful, and there's still sorts of skittishness going on out there. Amazing how you're up 50 points on a Monday morning and it stays flat the rest of the day. Did anybody catch that yesterday? We walked in, futures were gapped up 50, and we didn't do anything all day. So if you weren't long by the time, on Friday night, you didn't get long unless you were in the futures pits.
Right.
So I don't buy it. I don't think that's going to help our U.S. equity market. That's a whole different story. But, to me, it's just it's going to crumble. It's just a matter of when.